Hey, this is Elliot Rowe from the Teacher.dev team here. We have a great teacher spotlight today. Actually, from one of our EdTechathon in-person attendees, Sam Quincy. He's built this awesome tool that takes his semester-long vocab spreadsheet and turns it into a whole bunch of slides that he can review with his class. Um, I spoke to him a couple days ago. I'll let him take away with the demo, and then I'll give you guys a quick walkthrough on how to build something like this yourself.
So I've got like vocab terms, 15 a quarter. I've got 2 quarters worth. And like the bane of my existence these days is turning this into something that can be used and students can see. Otherwise, it doesn't really count. Can go now to this button. It's pulling things from a spreadsheet and putting them into a slide deck. And here's what the slide deck looks like. This is like the template I made. This is just kind of what I like because then we get little timers and stuff. But like, you know, a teacher could then edit those. This is how it'll show up when it's in presentation mode. The next part comes up, now.
Wait,
And
so you still get the animations in there?
Still get the animation. That's what I'm
Nice.
saying, man. I mean, you saw how quick that was. It was 30 slides.
Wow. Wow. That's crazy.
Like the most tedious part of the work. Like, cause like, okay, I got to get the vocab list. Okay, it's got to come from my backwards plans. Okay, it's all that hard stuff. Like I know I got to find the definition. I got to make it 6th grade reading level. But it's like eventually it's like I don't want to freaking copy paste it to a slide. So this is it.
All right, so what we saw Sam do there is he took a spreadsheet with all of his vocabulary for the year and then used something called a Google Apps Scripts to take each row of that spreadsheet and create a new slide with it, which allowed him to make a whole bunch of slides really, really quick with no copying and pasting. So I'm going to go over how this looks for my example here. So first and foremost, I have a vocab template. So this is what I want the final product of my slide generation to look like. I have a fun title because whoop whoop, get hyped for vocabulary. And then what's important, you might notice, is I have the word in all caps in squiggly brackets here, as well as definition. And what these squiggly brackets do is they just signal to the app. They say, hey, anything within these squiggly brackets replace with the actual value in the spreadsheet. So to make this make a little bit more sense, let's go ahead and look at the spreadsheet that I'm using to generate these slides. So it's very simple. It's just a 2-column spreadsheet, one titled word and the other definition. So when we make our script, what we're going to do is we're going to say, oh, look at this first row here. It's origin, and we're going to take the word origin, and we're going to replace this whole thing with the word origin, and then we're going to take our definition here, and we're going to replace this whole thing with what's in our definition column. Great. So that's kind of what we want our Google Apps Script to do. We want it to look at this spreadsheet. For each row, we want it to replace what's in this template here. Great. So next, I'm going to go ahead to create a Google Apps Script. So how I like to do this, because I don't really know how to make Google Apps Scripts, I'm going to ask AI to help me through this process. So I'm going to go to whatever AI you prefer. I'm using Gemini here. You can use whatever your preference is, but I'm just going to go ahead and type out kind of the specifics of what I want to see from this app script. All right, so I've gone ahead and given it a couple pieces of key information here, as well as a specific request to create the script. I'll go ahead and drop this full prompt in the description below, but after I press enter here, it'll think a little bit, and hopefully it'll give me a pretty good script that we can use. While this is thinking, we can go ahead and actually add a Google Apps Script to our spreadsheet. To do this, what we're going to do is we're going to press this extensions button up here, and then we're going to go ahead and press App Script. What this is going to do, it's going to create a new tab and create a new Google Apps Script associated with this spreadsheet. And what that means is now we can do super complicated, powerful stuff in this script that all relates to this spreadsheet. And this is what's going to be our brain. This is what's going to look through each row and create our slides. So I'm going to go ahead and name this slide generator. And let's go back to see if our app script has been done generating. Here's our app script. And I'm just going to give this a quick once over here. Awesome. Seems like this looks good. I'm going to go ahead, copy this, and I'm going to delete everything that's in here, paste, and then I'm just going to go ahead and save. All right, if we go back to the spreadsheet and reload, we now have a new button here named Slide Generator. We're going to go ahead and click on this, and we're going to just select the Generate Slides from Rows option here. Once we run this, it's going to ask us for a couple of permissions here. Go ahead and accept this here. And let's see, you might need to run it one more time. Great. Okay. So we now have a new presentation generated here in our Google Drive. Let's see if we can go find it. Awesome. And here it is. Here's the final product. So just like I mentioned before, right, we have our word squiggly brackets. That was replaced with origin. And we have our definition, which was replaced with, you know, the actual definition of origin. And right, we have all 30 here generated in like literally 10 seconds. Anyways, I hope this is helpful. I hope this is great. I hope you learned something new. And if you run into literally any trouble, always feel free to email us. We're pretty much always available at directors@edtechathon.com. Seriously, guys, every time we get an email from y'all, we're always so excited. So if there's anything more you want to do with this, anything else you want to learn, or maybe something's not just not working, just shooting us an email, and we can help you guys. All right. Thank you again to Sam for emailing this and kind of creating this originally. And then letting us share this out to the wider audience here. Great. Have a great day, guys. Bye.